You are watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is the April 17th, 2024 meeting of the Michigan City Parks and Recreation Board. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Welcome to the Michigan City Park Board meeting for April 17th. If you would rise and repeat the pledge, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Will, would you call the roll?
Mr. Freeze.
Here.
Ms. Sperling.
Here.
Mr. Glidden.
Here.
Mr. Hoffman.
Here. Thank you. We have the minutes from our April 3rd meeting that were printed and sent to you. Are there any corrections or additions to the minutes? If not, do we have a motion to accept them?
I would move that we accept the minutes from April 3rd.
I shall second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Any project updates?
Nope.
Old business?
Nope.
We don't have any tabled business, so we'll move to item number 7, new business. A is 2024 special event parking.
Yes, included in the park board's packet are the estimated costs to this department for partnering with the LaPorte County CVB to put on the annual boat race. To try to make up some of that lost revenue, we'd like to impose a special event fee for Sunday only, August 4th. So our typical parking fee is $20 per vehicle. We would like to tack on a $20 special event fee, so that's $40 per car. In my opinion, still a great bargain. If you have 4 people in your family, you're paying $10 to park at the lakefront and go to a world-class sporting event. So I don't think it's really too expensive. And I expect that would raise almost $17,000 in revenue for the one day alone. So I would recommend that the park board adopt that fee.
Shannon, just for clarification, if citizens have a parking sticker, that fee doesn't apply to them.
Correct.
Any other questions or comments from the board?
And that includes like on the grass parking, right? Anywhere.
Yep, until the park's full. Correct.
Yeah.
Comments from the public? Seeing none, do we have a motion then to accept the 2024 special event parking?
I'd make a motion to accept the 2024 special event parking.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Hi.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Item B, golf course, free golf for course employees.
Yes, so we're proposing a new policy. It came to my attention that golf employees were allowed to golf free. And I think that's been the culture for many, many years, from what I understand. And it seems to be a common practice at other courses as well. However, we didn't have a policy. So Marty came up with a policy, a way to track shifts that are worked by our employees to earn free golf. That's laid out in the policy, and he is here tonight to answer any questions you may have.
What type of work, Marty, do these volunteers do?
Well, they're actually not volunteers, they're paid.
Oh,
Paid employees.
Yep.
I got a question.
I got a question anyway.
We got questions. Not so fast. You can go
Go first.
Okay.
Marty Neiman, golf course manager.
Hi, Marty.
Hi.
Yeah, this might be just a technicality, but it says here in the middle, if the employee wants to play on weekends or holidays, they will always pay the current cart rate.
Yeah.
Does that mean they just pay for the cart and not the round of golf?
Yep, they would pay the $19 because they're playing in our prime time.
Gotcha.
So-
Okay. And then before, when you said that employees got to play for free, was it unlimited before and now it's
Yeah,
2?
it's always been just unlimited, but last year after I took over, nobody really ever played more than twice.
Mhm.
But who's to say in the future when I'm 90 and I retire, somebody else might come along and play 5 times a week. So this limits them to twice a week.
Okay.
We keep track of it. They write in the book when they play.
Mhm.
They have to work at least 2 shifts
Mhm.
a week.
Mhm.
So it just kind of keeps things under control.
Yeah. So that seems fair, the two rounds, the
Yeah.
maximum 2 free
And again,
rounds.
all last year, I don't think anybody ever played more than 2 rounds anyway, so
Yeah,
it
okay.
works out just fine.
Okay. And there's volunteers. How much do they get to play?
Same thing,
Okay.
same thing with
Same deal.
volunteers. Yeah,
They work
they have to
2
work
shifts.
150 hours a year and they get the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you gotta work 2 shifts to get 2 rounds
for the employees.
for the
Yeah,
employees.
the volunteers have to work 150 hours total, so
Uh-huh.
we work that out with basically 1 shift a week of 8 hours, and
Yeah. Okay.
but we track all that, so
Okay.
When you say volunteer, you talking about rangers and starters?
yes.
So the rangers and starters actually have a job description that was approved by this board. That lays out the amount of seasonal hours for them to get a season pass or a cart package. And off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you exactly. It's not 150 hours. It's like 83.
Well, that's for each one. If you're gonna get a cart and golf, it comes out to 150. It's like 82
Oh,
for
okay.
one.
You're combining
Yeah,
the two.
so they're combining the two.
So that's been previously
Yeah.
approved by that board. This policy was not in place.
Yeah. Okay.
So pardon me, can, the rounds accrue if I work 2 shifts this week, but I don't play this
Oh.
week. Can I play 4 times next week?
No,
Okay.
If the weather's bad or I'm hurt, I can't.
so sorry.
Just too much to keep track of.
Yeah, no.
So, and that was going to be my question, was about could I stack up mine? Yeah, and at the same time, because I think there might be somebody who might think that, oh, I didn't play, only played once last week, so I can play 3.
No, and they all pretty well understand it. And they all play at the same time, really. Most of them play in
Okay.
Monday Caddyshacker League and Thursday together, and that's the only time they played all year last year. So
Yeah.
And then
if they get rained out, they just make it up the next week.
all the way at the bottom, you were saying keeping track of the rounds. Is that just to make sure?
Yeah,
Or
yeah. Every time they
what
come in,
purpose?
every time they come in, they gotta open the book with their name in it and sign the date they play, just to keep track of how many rounds they're playing. Then every Monday I'm texting or faxing all that information to Sally, and she's tracking it as well.
Okay.
So kind of double checking it.
Okay.
So
Sounds good. Thanks for thinking of this. Yeah, good idea.
Questions? Questions from the public?
Mr. Freeze, if you would just add to this proposal, that they cannot roll over unused rounds in your motion, and I'll add that to the policy, just to make it clear.
Everybody add that to their sheet. Do we have a motion then to accept this new policy proposal with the addition of the hours cannot roll over from one week to the next?
I'll make a motion to accept the policy for the free golf for employees.
And cannot roll over.
And yes, and the unused rounds cannot be rolled over.
Okay.
Addition.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
Thank you. Thank you, Shannon.
You're welcome.
Next we have the 2024 Singing Sands Fest Zoo discount.
Yes, Eric Williams is here from the city events department, and he'll explain the request to the board.
Welcome.
Good evening, Board. Eric Williams, Michigan City Special Events. As you guys know by now, we will be hosting the Singing Sand Sculpting Festival presented by the LaPorte County Convention and Visitors Bureau, Friday, June 7th through Sunday, June 9th in beautiful Washington Park. Each year we have a theme that is chosen for the group carve. The group carve is the largest sculpture when you first walk into the event area. 2 years ago, the theme was the lighthouse. Last year was the Great Lakes Grand Prix. And this year we are very excited to announce that it will be the Washington Park Zoo. As such, we were hoping to propose tonight a effort to incentivize people on the weekend of the Sand Festival to go over to the Washington Park Zoo. We would like to offer them a $1 discount if they present their wristband. So I'd be happy to answer any questions you guys may have.
Questions?
I think it's a great idea. Is that something you're going to market like ahead of time to entice people, or you'll just let them know when they purchase their wristband?
I'm sure both. Yeah, I'm sure we'll do that ahead of time and probably have some kind of signage to hopefully attract more people that maybe were just going to the beach that day that wouldn't have known otherwise to hopefully come in and be a part of the fun.
Yeah, cool.
Any other comments or questions?
Or just a comment. I've had people that I've known who have gone. Every year I'm always out of town and they brag about it. So this year I'm not going to be out of town because everybody talks about how wonderful it is. So,
yeah, it is. It's definitely one of those. Last year was the first time that from Friday through Sunday I was there, and you don't really appreciate it until you see them start from just a blank piece of sand to the finished product. So.
Yeah. And I mean, this is at so many different beaches around the world to know that we have it done here in our city is so wonderful. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, having witnessed, it's just amazing how they can take a pile of sand and when they get done,
So cool.
it's just a beautiful work of art.
And fun to watch them work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you still going to be building yours, sir? Are you,
I have.
you wanted to
I've
be-
been working on the castles. I have a new cup. Any comments from the public? Thank you, Eric.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So do we have a motion then to accept the proposal of $1 and their showing of their wristband for I have a question. Is that I guess it's just, so anyhow, I wear I go Saturday and have my wristband. Can I come back Sunday or is it a different wristband?
It's going to be a different wristband. So I'm not sure of the colors yet. I think, I believe it's going to be green for Saturday and yellow for Sunday, but that could be mistaken. But
No.
yeah, they'll be differentiated.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we'll make that clear ahead of time. But
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all, that's the question I had. No, do we have a motion then to accept this proposal for the entrance to the zoo? If you have your wristband from the sand sculpture, and then the attendance would be $1 off.
I would move that we accept the Singing Sands Sculpting Festival, Washington Park Zoo discount proposal.
I shall second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you, Rick.
thank you.
We have the 2024 Hobie Cat Wave 100.
Yeah, so this is a new event that will be coming to Michigan City this summer. Many of you are familiar with. John Neckes, who's here. So he can explain the event to you. But we're really excited about this. It's a 3-leg race, and we're happy to host the last leg where they'll end up in Michigan City for the awards and the dinner. So John is here to present. Thank you.
Thank you, Shannon. Thank you. How you been, Diane?
Good, thanks.
Welcome, Jeff.
Coach, how have you been?
Good.
My name's John Neckes. I'm the Commodore of the local Hobie fleet. I've been here a number of years working with Shannon and her team of the park department, putting on various sailing events. Most recently, we've got local fleet races. 2 years ago, we hosted the Hobie 16 North American Championships. Year before that, Hobie 17 North American Championships. So the vision in all of this is, at least one of my motivations is to showcase what we have here in Michigan City in terms of our beaches, provide our young people with an opportunity to get off the couch, get on the beach, maybe show them, get involved with sailing. And they don't need to have a boat. They can come down, be volunteers, get involved, learn. So that's really kind of the nexus of this whole thing. One of the ways to do that is hosting unique events like this. So what is before you is kind of a different regatta. It's a three-legged long distance race. Typically, we have some buoys out in front of Lake Michigan here, out in front of the beach. We do some courses locally, race for 3-4 hours, and come back in. This one, we're going to start up in South Haven. We call it the Wave 100 because it's 100 kilometers, 60 miles. We're going to start in South Haven, and it's the first day we're going to go to St. Joe, overnight in St. Joe, then from St. Joe to New Buffalo the next day, and then the final day from New Buffalo here to Michigan City. And as Shannon said, we're basically going to come down, finish line here in Michigan City on the beach. We'll cordon off and work with Shannon and her team, probably about 300 feet of beach. We'll put some fencing up and obviously not have to interfere with the beach goers. They'll finish and then use the beach boat ramp to pull the boats off. They're small 16-foot Hobie catamarans. They'll pull the boats after they finish off the beach onto the trailers, and we'll be done. And then we'll go over to the pavilion at the yacht club and host an awards event and dinner afterwards. So that's kind of the plan. The other component of this would be since this is the last area and we're making our way from South Haven back all the way down here, we would thought working with Shannon to use Michigan City as kind of the staging area, the home base, if you will. So then we will have some folks at our RVs and maybe some camping and so forth. Haven't worked all that out. We've done that before, but instead of picking up and going all the way down, set up once here, and that would be an option. We haven't sorted that aspect of it out, but that would be something that would be obviously beneficial for the participants and the staff. So that's kind of the event, and I'm happy to be a part of this. We've got a great organizing team with some really super racers and organizers that have put on events like this. And I can't say enough about Shannon and her team with the park department and everyone, the maintenance crew, everyone that has been so gracious with their time and support, the police department, fire department. All the folks down there have been really super to work with and help us get what we want to get done. So I really appreciate that. That doesn't come easy. We do these kind of events in a lot of different cities, and we don't get the support like we get here. So thank you all for that. That's huge.
Good to hear.
Questions?
You had mentioned about local people perhaps helping out. Is there a special skill they would need?
No skill. Just if they want to come and certainly spectate, they're more than welcome to be up on. We'll be finishing depending on the weather conditions in the mid to late afternoon. So if they want to come down and we'll have a whole support team, we'll have a safety team. So there'll be a team of folks that can interact, learn. They want to help us pull boats off the beach, we can do that. And then the other thing would be to just get involved with the local Hobie fleet. They can meet me or other folks of our team. And then we've got other regattas that we can get, if they actually want to start participating and getting involved, that would be great, that we can plug them in and find a time and place where they can do that. So we would certainly encourage that.
Are they, is the weather, I suppose all these
Yeah.
professional sailors? Or-
Yeah, it's subject to weather. As we know, the lake here can turn on a dime and it can get very windy, and especially if it blows out of the north, you know, we can get 20-foot waves out there. So that's one of the key components from a race organization perspective when you're putting on something like this. So we've got again, a super support team that have put these type of things on, and we've got support vessels, Zodiacs, that are going to be following with us as we make our way down the lake. At the end of the day, we're not going to sail if it's crazy out there and we got 20-foot waves. We're not going to sail. So it's subject to weather. If we got lightning, we're not going to sail. So we may end up, you know, any one of these legs, we may cancel it based on weather and then just, you know, trailer from one to the next. So again, it's kind of a game day decision based on the weather conditions. And to that point, as part of the permit, not only with you all that you have in front of you, that I've already submitted applications with the Coast Guard, with the DNR. So they're all, those support folks are aware of what we're doing. They know they'll be plugged in, and we will certainly have contact information and details with them as part of our safety plan should we need to call them in for assistance.
Any idea how many racers or how many boats?
So we're going to cap it at 50. We got 26 registered now. We're going to have their single person boats. You know, I'm going to participate. So we got folks that are in their 70s. We got folks that are in their 20s. So it's kind of an open thing. Obviously, in something like this, we try to make sure they got a little bit of skill. You know, we don't want to let someone out. So we kind of look at the resume but the people that register really super. You know, their experience. They're you know, some of these are national championship level sailors. So it's kind of a interesting group. But for something like this, since it's the first year we're doing, we figured we'd cap it at 50. As we speak, we got 26. So we'll probably be somewhere in the neighborhood of 40, 45, ideally 50 boats.
Thank you.
So,
Go ahead, no.
Shannon, how will that work, or William oh, sorry. How will that work with the parking, like with the vehicles that need to take the Hobie Cats out of the water? How
So if you look at Exhibit A,
was that on there?
Yeah.
yes, we've got staging areas mapped out. And these areas will work very well as far as the overnight campers. They're out of the way, so similar to what we do with the Great Lakes Grand Prix. So yeah, it'll work with our parking operation.
Yeah. So the parking is like kind of, it's not in the main lot, but then you drive in to get the boat. Right.
Yeah, well, what we would do is, this is the way we've done it in the past, at least, and it's worked best for us. The public, you know, what they call parking lot 1, which is close to the Washington Park. When you look at the big lot, there's 3 sections. There's section 1, section 2 is by the pavilion. What's it? The North Pavilion these days? What are we calling it?
Pavilion. Yeah.
Okay, there's that, and then there's the rear section all the way in the back. So lot 1 will be open to the public. We're not going to do anything with that. What we will do is take a lot 2, and that'll be cordoned off. That's where we keep the cars and trailers and kind of focus in there.
Yeah.
So we're sensitive to the public and you know, so the short answer is we try to minimize that impact, sensitive to the public, let them do their thing. But again, it's not, we again purposely schedule it a weekday, not a weekend. It's a whole different ballgame, as you know, on the weekends. So that's why we're going to be here on a Thursday. And then that way it'll minimize that. And then we'll use parking lot 2. So they come off the beach, we'll pull the trailer right up next to the boat ramp. They throw it on and then and take it back to our parking lot 2.
This does say Friday the 16th. Am I reading
Pardon
that? It says Friday the 6th. It says Monday through Friday.
And to Coach Freese's point, if we by chance have a weather situation and we fall back and we may need to get pushed back one day, that's a rain date.
Okay.
Ideally, if everything is good, we'll be here Thursday and out of here on Thursday.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
Any other comments? Public have any comments, questions? Seeing none, do we have a motion then to accept the 2024 Wave 100 licensing agreement?
I move that we accept the 2024 Hobie Cat Wave 100.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Good luck, John.
Thank you
Thanks,
very
John, for
much.
doing this.
Thank you.
Cool.
See you.
We have the 2024 walk to end Alzheimer's. And this is, I don't know how many years they've had this, but I will say they do an excellent job. And when they leave, it saved Mr. Volts a lot of trouble and his crew because they clean up wonderfully. And it's for a great cause.
Yes, so this event started in 2009, and I know they didn't have it for a few years during COVID. It is in our off season in October, so it really does not affect anything in the park whatsoever. Very little setup. Kayla's here to answer any questions that you guys may have.
Yeah, Kayla Weisen with Alzheimer's Association. So we hold the annual Walk to End Alzheimer's in over 600 communities across the nation. So this event is the largest event in the country, in the world, to raise awareness and funds for Alzheimer's care support and research. And the Greater Indiana chapter hosts 13 walks across the state of Indiana. So we're requesting approval to hold the LaPorte County Walk at Washington Park on Saturday, October 5th, 2024 from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. We would set up at North Point Pavilion again this year in the parking lot next to it with our sponsor booths and our start finish line. And the time range includes our cleanup, which we will make sure we do a good job as we have in the past. So any questions I can answer?
I don't have a question, but again, the comment I made, people do a wonderful job.
Thank you.
Any other
Yeah.
comments?
No.
It's kind of neat to be down there and just watch all these people walk by, and some of them have little kids, and I just marvel at those little kids and their endurance. Any comments from the public? Do we have a motion then to accept this proposal for the 2024 walk to end Alzheimer's?
I'll make a motion to accept the proposal for the 2024 walk to end Alzheimer's.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you.
Good
You're
luck.
welcome.
Thank you.
Now we have the 2024-2025 Golf Now software contract. And
Yes, so for the board's knowledge, we still have a year to go on our current contract with Golf Now. This is our point of sale and tea time booking system. It's got marketing and other capabilities in it as well. However, we need some new equipment because we would like to set up another cash register in the pro shop just to be more efficient in serving our customers. In order to add equipment to a contract, we have to go out 2 years again. So there have been a couple of changes. Credit card fees have been increased, which we were going to pay those anyway under the existing contract. As the national fees goes up, the contract also goes up. So they did list out the credit card fees, 30 cents per transaction will be added to that. And then pretty much everything else is the same. They maintain the equipment, provide customer support. The trade times are listed in here. If you have questions about that, I'm still learning this whole system. So Marty is here again if you have questions, but it's the same trade times that we've been giving them for 6 years, I believe. Are we 6 years in with them? Maybe longer. Anyway, they're great to work with. Some of our administrative staff has been going through training with Golf Now. in the first quarter of the year. So they're all becoming what I would say experts on this back end system, which has been very, very beneficial to not only the people out at the course, but also the admin staff of understanding the finances, of being able to balance to the city's accounting. So we had looked at other systems, but I think we've been invested in this one so long and we know it so well, and it's like the top one in the nation that we should continue. And I do think their rates are fair after looking up the national rates just continue to rise. If you recall, that's why Jamie put a fee on at the zoo because her fees were rising. Oh, yes. The one thing not included in this, the rep texted or emailed me this morning. You guys need 2 barcode scanners out at the North Course, so they're throwing those in. Will did print out the new contract that reflects that for signature tonight. Thank you. Forgot about that. Busy day.
I'm glad they're gonna train people. I was looking at this and to me, it looks like it's in, well, I understand Greek better than this.
Like card rates are usually at least 3%, right? So this is
They're
still
about 3%.
under,
They're still
yeah,
under, but that's where the 30 cents comes in.
yeah.
So we've been paying 2 for the last year of our contract, even though a lot of the rates are up to like 3.79.
Wow.
They've held us at 2 for that whole year. So I think it's fair what they're doing,
Yeah.
definitely. And we get the new equipment, which I think is going to be great on busy days at the course to have 2 lines, 2 registers.
And the like the 15% of the sale price, that's been the same. That's not anything different of the, I'm sorry, on page, I guess it's the second paper, but third page. Deposit terms, 15% of sale price shall be collected at time of booking. So when someone books, they get a percentage of that when they book online.
Yes.
Okay, and it has been 15%, or is that anything different? Did
That's
that
the same.
change? And that's worked out? That seems reasonable.
Yes. And again, like all the trade time terms are the same. So the only thing that really changed was the credit card fees and then adding the equipment.
Do you happen to know what percentage of people book online? Yeah, I was just curious.
We do. It'll be in the quarterly report, which will be on your next agenda.
Okay, cool.
So I just finished that up today, but that does have
Good. Okay.
online bookings, how many trade times are actually used, so that it's
Yeah.
all broken down.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome.
Oh, I have one more question on the merchandise sales. Were we charged on a percentage on the merchandise last year with that setup that we had with St. Andrews? Was that
We were paying the credit card fees if people bought merchandise with credit card.
the credit card fees? But what about the let's see here. The per transaction fees. There's $1 per transaction fee. 10 cents. The card, it's like, it was 2.6% plus 10 cents per transaction. And then it says the ACH rate, $1 per transaction.
So last year there was not the 10 cents per transaction. That's new. So last year though, we did pay the percent, I think it was 2% flat rate on credit card purchases, but yes, we paid the 2% if they purchase merchandise.
Mm-hmm. And then there was an extra $1 per transaction fee. I don't know what that is, the ACH rate. Is that looks like it's in addition to the 2.6%. The column that says ACH rate.
Yeah, that's new this year as well. There were no
new?
additional fees last year. It was straight 2%.
Okay.
There were no transaction fees. Those are new.
Okay, because it says here it was under 2023, right? Or no?
No, am I correct? As I understood it, we paid no, that was new.
Marty Neiman, golf course manager. So that extra $1 fee is only if we don't use the credit card scanner and we manually input the information. And that happened very few times last year if something wasn't working.
Okay,
So we did have that last year, but again, very few times.
Yeah.
So it's really not a big deal at all.
okay, I was just curious about that. And I know that what are we doing, something with the zoo where we are collecting that credit card fee? But I don't think that we should do that with the golf, especially in the merchandise, because we want to encourage people to buy the merchandise and advertise our golf course, so,
Yeah, we don't charge them any extra for credit
yeah,
card fees.
right, okay,
So
Yeah.
that's- most people use credit card anyway, so.
yeah. Okay, that's all right, yeah, thanks.
Thanks.
Any other questions while Marty's up here?
Yes.
It's doing the moonwalk, we didn't know we could do that.
Any questions from the public? Okay, thanks, Marty.
Okay,
I just wanted you to get your 1,000 steps
I
in.
appreciate that.
Hey, Marty.
Moonwalk.
Seeing no other questions, do we have a motion then to,
I have a question. Is it
Oh,
the
okay.
2-year contract then? Shannon?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
do we have a motion then to accept the 2024-2025 Golf Now software contract?
I would move that we accept the 2024 2-year contract with Sports Next.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
Next we have the soccer in the sand license agreement. Jan, you have any comments on that?
Just that the event this year is Saturday, July 13th and Sunday, July 14th. It's the same contract. This is the 16th year of this return event in Washington Park. Usually draws about 4,000 people from 9 or 10 different states. It's a great event. It's really fun to watch. They leave the park spotless. We have 0 set up for them, so we really don't do anything. It's a great event to watch, but yeah, they're great to work with, and I would recommend we approve their 16th year.
Any other questions or comments?
What kind of vendors do they have there? Just like food? Or do they sell products?
Yeah, they have merchandise.
Yeah. For their name, or what do you mean, like merchandise, like?
They have merchandise from the different sponsors,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but yeah, they don't have food vendors. And it's very odd to me. I always thought that this particular event would benefit Sunset Grill and Concessions, but it doesn't. These are families traveling with
yeah,
many kids, and
Yeah.
they cook out. They bring all their own food, so Sunset
Yeah.
doesn't really see a big increase in food sales that weekend
Yeah.
from them.
yeah,
But yeah, they don't have any food vendors or anything
Okay.
like that. You can buy T-shirts that
Yeah.
say, you know,
mhm,
2024 Soccer in the Sand.
mhm,
But they travel all over the country.
cool. Thank you.
Are we in conflict with the volleyball at all?
Volleyball will move to the senior center, and then we also have jet ski races that weekend. So it is going to be a very, very busy weekend in the park. But we coordinated all these events last fall,
Mhm.
so we can handle it.
Any other comments, questions? I know it's been successful in the past. I'm sure it will be this year. Like Shannon said, they're very organized. And when they leave, the only thing that's left are the divots in the sand. Do we have a motion to accept the soccer in the sand license agreement?
I'll make a motion to accept the license agreement for the Soccer in the Sand.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Superintendent's report, Shannon?
Thank you, Mr. Freeze. Will and Pat and I all attended a pre-construction meeting on 4/11 for the Water Tower Park project. That was with the designers, Jones, Petrie, Rapinski, and then Holiday Construction, who was awarded the construction bid. We are going to meet on site here in the next week or two, but you can expect to see shovels in the ground, or at least mobilization within the next 2 weeks. So that's an exciting project that's been a long time coming, waiting to get all the extra funding. The old bandstand preservation project is 75% complete. They are ahead of schedule and it should be done by May 15th. Just want to remind the board and the public, we will be having a ribbon cutting ceremony on July 6th at the old bandstand at 6 p.m. I'll be sending out invites, but that is exactly 113 years to the day that it was dedicated in the first place, which that worked out really cool. So please put that on your calendar. We were the recipients of $1 million from Congressman Mervan in his earmarked community funds for the Fetters Alley all-inclusive playground and fitness park. That brings us up to $3 million out of our $4 million budget. Soon after the mayor's gala is over, she is going to head up a fundraising campaign for us. We're also seeking additional grants to get the full $1 million. So we're really still on target for construction in 2025. So thank you, Congressman Mervan. And then lastly, well, not quite lastly, last night, the Common Council approved an ordinance that would add a park board member to this board. So I'll just briefly read what that means. It'll be an appointment by the Michigan City Area Schools. They'll be serving in an ex officio capacity. They will have the right to vote on this board, and that will help the board establish a quorum more often, having that extra member, and also be a tie-breaking vote. So I just wanted you to know that passed last night, and I expect someone will be appointed in the near future. Relating to maintenance, they are removing the sand berms on the beach, leveling the paths. This has been a huge project this year. There's been a lot of sand accretion. The dozer, when I went down there, is like, looks like a Tonka truck in this vast sea of sand. So they've been working very hard this year, and it's just like a daily chore. You just can't keep up with it. But the beach looks great. The beach access mats have all been installed, so everyone will be super excited about that because they start calling me in February. You know, the first day that it's above 35 degrees, where are the beach mats? So thanks, Pat, for getting that done. And then lastly, the golf course, the remodel project is almost complete. They're waiting for the granite countertop to be delivered and installed. So there's some before and after photos of that project. It looks amazing out there, nice and clean and bright and fresh. That's the before. And that's the after.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it looks great out there, spacious, got rid of the old nasty counter. There's room. And then additionally, the paving project, which is the first part of that is the parking lot around the South Pro Shop. That's scheduled to begin on May 6th. Following that, they'll start on the cart paths and what's that? Yeah, and Green Superintendent Michael Moore is here. He said it'll take about 11 days. But if you have any other additional questions about that, he is here tonight. There is no vandalism to report, and that is the end of my report.
Any questions for Shannon?
The Golf Advisory Council, how's that going?
So I finally assembled a team of 10 and got the contact information, and I got that yesterday. I'm finalizing the initial report that I want to send out to them. I'll convene the task force at a meeting where I kind of just want to get their ideas on what is it that they want to discuss? Financing, policies, grounds and maintenance, course conditions, facilities, things like that. So we'll come up with a target of what it is that we want to get done by what date. I told them all it's about a 12-week process. So I'm guessing our first meeting will be the first week of May. So we'll be hitting May, June, and July. So I looked at the old report that came out of the 2009 task force, and I don't want to just use that and do the same thing over again because of a lot of the policy changes that came out of that are still in place. We can take a look at them. I guess I just want a different vision this time. I don't want to steer them in any direction. I want to hear their honest input. I told them all, I'm not a golfer. I don't know anything about golf course management. This is a tool for me to actually, and Will, to kind of dive in and learn how the course operates and then set goals to implement in the future. So hopefully tomorrow that will go out.
Cool.
Thank you.
But I said that last Friday and it didn't happen.
That happens.
It's been a busy couple weeks here.
Thank you. Will, do you have a report?
Yes. So, youth baseball signups finally ended. Finally ended sounds bad. They ended last week. And where we have today, we finally have all 24 teams with sponsors and coaches. We're up five teams from last year and 41 participants. So good turnaround for this year. Having some problems with enough fields to practice on right now. So had to put out some emails today to find a couple extra fields to use. The murder mystery tickets will go on sale on Monday. We did have to raise the price to $60 a ticket. And that will be, like I said, meal included, cash bar, everything. And that date is May 24th at Krieger Memorial. So those tickets will go on sale on Monday.
Evening thing, right? It's a dinner, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Doors will open at 5:15 and the program will start at 6.
And ticket purchase is mandatory for the park board and Bryant.
Sounds like fun to me.
And youth basketball drop-in clinics last week, we had 38 participants. And last week we started allowing the kids to have open gym after the clinics were done. So we had 3 courts going last week with 1st, 2nd graders, 3rd, 4th graders, and 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th graders.
Great.
So,
Where was it?
it's all at the high school.
Oh, okay.
Sundays starting at 3 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
We have like 1st and 2nd grade go together, 3rd and 4th grade, and so on. And it's blocked out 20 minutes at a time, and we put them through fundamental skills.
Wow.
I think a lot of people got disappointed the first week because they didn't shoot the basketball. But we stuck to straight fundamentals. Like that's what we want the focus to be. And the kids say that they still had fun even without shooting. So we're doing something right. We got the right guys there. The high school basketball team is helping out. So it's a real good atmosphere in the gym. We like it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good job.
You know, when you look at some of our surrounding communities like Chesterton and Valpo, that's a lot of what they're doing. They're instilling in the younger one those principles all the way until high school.
Right.
They're used to the fundamentals. So
yeah, it's definitely I think as a basketball coach for the last 5 years, something that we've wanted to do was reach back to our community, but not having coaches that were in the school system was half of the problem. I mean, we had me being in the steel mill, working swing shift. It wasn't ideal for me to be there all the time to reach back, and it wasn't realistic for Coach Wells to do it all by himself. So now that we have a new perspective, a new vision, a new direction, new jobs, we can do a lot more with the youth in the city.
Great. They need it. They need it.
Starts at 3.
Right out of the movie The Hoosiers and Milan.
there you go.
Fundamentals, you can't beat them. Now,
And that's still true to today. You can't beat fundamentals.
any comments, questions? Public have any questions for Will?
There was a post I know I saw with a flyer online
Yeah.
regarding it as well. Yeah, I think it was on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
for
And,
those who are on Facebook, they'd be able to see.
yeah, and I think Jim Peters actually put something in the newspaper too. It was advertised. So
Yeah, it was in the paper.
Yeah.
Good, then. Congratulations, getting off to a good start here. Planning Commission report, Mr. Hoffman.
No report, sir.
Port Authority had one, but I was south watching the eclipse, but there wasn't anything that was pertinent to us. Mr. Glidden, Zoo.
The Zoological Society did not have a meeting, but they are getting ready for their Brew at the Zoo June 1st. And you can buy tickets to that on eventbrite.com. And they also are the Running Wild 5K, July 7th. And you can sign up for that online soon at calstrider.org, or you can sign up the day of the race. That's my report.
Thank you. Attorney's report.
Nothing to report. Thank you.
Any director's reports?
Tara from the senior center. Come on down.
Welcome, Tara.
Thank you. I'm the next contestant. Tara Miller, Director of Michigan City Senior Center. So it's been a while since I've reported to the Park Board. I'm happy to be here tonight. I'll tell you a little bit about a few things that have happened at the beginning of this year. We're kind of slow in January, February because of weather conditions usually, but we did have a couple events. We had our Alphabite Tech Support team here. They're from the Michigan City High School, and they are Computer Science Honor Society members. And they came and met with a group of my seniors to help them with technology, things like iPads, smartphones, laptops. I know Shannon's mom attended.
Thank you, students. Thank you so much.
I'm sure. And I'm sure some of you have some challenges with technology. I know I do. So this was fantastic. They got along great. They really enjoyed it. We had hoped to do another one in April, but the high school wasn't able to make that happen, but we're going to try to partner up again for the fall. So that was fun. We hosted the Easter egg stuffing again for the Parks Department, getting ready for their Easter egg hunt. We had over 150 volunteers come and stuff more than 30,000 eggs. So very busy. Our trash and treasure sale was April 6th. That was a lot of fun. We had 48 vendors at that. You must be a member of the Senior Center in order to have a booth there. I wish we could get the parking stickers back. I know I've talked to Shannon about it, and logistics just don't work out right now, but hopefully in the future we can figure out some way to move that forward, because it really is a big draw for us, and it's very convenient for our seniors to be able to get their parking sticker right at the Senior Center. So upcoming, we are again having the early voting mobile van. They'll be there on Thursday, April 18 and May 2nd. That is also very convenient for our seniors. They're able to come and get their vote done early. They don't have to wait in any big lines. So we're happy to do that. Our remodel was a huge success. The flooring throughout the main area was replaced. The kitchen flooring was also replaced. The main area and the kitchen were painted. New baseboards were put in those same areas, and the front outside archway was painted. Holiday Construction provided volunteers and painted a first coat of the archway, and then our maintenance department came back and finished up with the second coat. It does look beautiful. We purchased new furniture and a new front desk, so we're very modernized. Still to be done. I'm hoping to put together something for 2025 for a phase 2 portion. We need new flooring, paint, and baseboards in the billiards area, the language classes room, and our conference room. I'd like to put automated doors on our bathrooms. They are not ADA compliant, and we're a senior center. I did get a quote from Marquis Electric, so I have those numbers, and that's going to be included in the 2025 capital request. We need our bathrooms painted, and we need a new or rebuilt outdoor shed for some of the things that we need to store there. We are hosting a grand reopening this coming Wednesday, which is April 24. Everyone, including the public, is invited to attend. I invite you personally to attend. It's an open house from 10 to 2, but we will have the ceremony starting at noon, and the mayor will kick it off, and then former Mayor Sheila Matthias will be the keynote speaker, because she was instrumental in helping get the grant and everything to have the building built back in 1998. We also hopefully we'll be introducing 5 generations of Pauline Hirschman. And if you want to know who that is, as I was going through this remodel process, I found a plaque that said, dedicated to Pauline Hirschman, who founded the first senior citizen organization in Michigan City in 1956. I'd never heard that before. So I flipped it over, and on the back there was a little address sticker, and it said Diana Cohn, and then it said daughter underneath it. So just for giggles, I looked up in our database, and I did indeed have a Diana Cohn, 98 years old. But under her emergency contact was listed her granddaughter. So I contacted her, and she put me in touch with her mom, who assured me that Diana Cohn at 98 is still viable, energetic, enthusiastic, and in fact, they would like to have all 5 generations attend the ceremony. So I'm very excited about that. I hope that works out well. Coming up, we have our trivia challenge the day after our grand opening, so I'm going to be busy for a couple of days. That's on April 25th. It is open to the public. We're still accepting teams, and you can have up to 10 members, 10 people on your team. I write all the questions, and my decisions are final. But I will listen to arguments if you can show me I'm wrong.
Rand, right? That's the answer to every question.
Every question that's the answer. We have a Hacienda Give Back Night coming up on May 7th. The exciting thing about this, which I really love, is if you attend that day and you present the coupon, we get a 20% profit on whatever they sell, including gift cards. So as a result, for our members, they can come into us and pay us cash, tell us what gift card they would like to buy. And then on the 7th, on that day, I purchase all the gift cards for the members that have requested one, and we get the credit for all those gift cards. So if you're not able to attend, but you'd still like to buy a gift card, you can either do that through us anytime before May 7th or on May 7th right at Hacienda. So that's pretty exciting. We have our spring game night coming up on May 16, and our volunteer luncheon, which board members have been invited to. I hope you can join me. Please let us know. Where we honor our volunteers. You would be astounded at how many hours are logged in for the senior center by our members. And you'll find out those numbers if you can attend. We're starting something new this summer. It's one of the reasons we need our shed refurbished, because we're doing hot dogs on the patio. We're hoping to highlight the patio that has been hidden because of our offices blocking that view and those windows. We're going to try to do it once or twice a month throughout the summer months. The first one will be on May 29th. We have a local author, Sandy Young, coming to do a book signing for her book trilogy on June 4th. And we have another author, Paul Spite. He's a retired engineer, and he wrote a book on renovating to enable aging in place. And as we age, this becomes very critical for people if they want to stay in their home as long as possible. And I think mostly that's all of our goals. We want to remain in our homes. So I'm looking forward to him doing a book signing as well. That will happen on June 12th. We have Linnea Hinchman will be doing a slide presentation on wildlife of the Florida Everglades and additional slides that she's put together from her travels around the world. We have our spaghetti dinner on July 25th. Our Red Hat chapter will celebrate 21 years here at the Senior Center on August 7th. And then our annual chess tourney is August 23rd. So we do have a chess club there. Our seniors will venture out to New Hampshire for a group trip to see the White Mountains in September. We'll host our regional bridge tourney for our duplicate bridge players in October. We'll have another trivia challenge in October. So if you missed this one, you might be able to join us for that one. And then, of course, our Thanksgiving dinner in November and our Christmas party and annual raffle in December. That's just some highlights for you. Any questions?
I do. How can I get hold of some of that water those ladies are drinking? Man, that's amazing for all those years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's incredible.
The chess tournament, is that an open tournament or is that something that's just for the?
Just for members. You have to be a member.
Okay.
But we have tried to collaborate with the high school before to see if we could get their seniors against seniors, to join us in a training. We haven't been successful yet,
Battle of the Seniors.
yeah, the Battle of the Seniors. I like that. That's catchy. So yeah, we're going to continue to try.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Thank you, Tara.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Come to the remodel and brand reopening.
Thank you.
Yes. Mr. Glidden, Department of Finance.
The Michigan State Park Department claims docket for April 17th, 2024, municipal, $94,830.45. That's the total claims, $94,830.45. And I move that we accept this claims docket.
Second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
I have the payroll number 7, 2024, 3/17/24 through 3/30/24, pay date 4/5. Total payroll $85,547.04. I would move that we accept this payroll.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Gifts and donations. Arnett Construction, donation 2 pantries, sponsorship $600. Unknown Zoo donation, activity book $6. Mateys donation, Youth Baseball League team sponsorship $350. Ashcraft Zoo donation, miscellaneous donation $15. Green Air Technologies donation, Youth Baseball team sponsorship $350. Charles Oberly Zoo donation $290. Unknown Zoo donation, miscellaneous donation, $231.40. Ashley Kohler, Century 21, donation of Youth Baseball League team sponsorship, $350. Michiana Bird Society, Zoo donation, miscellaneous, $988.35. I would move that we accept these generous gifts and donations.
Second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
We have no minor transfers. We have invoices from the Zoo Endowment. Invoices totaling $8,114 were paid at the 4/16 meeting to Fence Masters for zoo fence replacement at the Wolf exhibit. I would move that we accept this invoice.
Second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
From the Board of Works, invoices totaling $33,750 were paid at the 4/15 meeting to Midwest Golf and Turf for Golf Capital, replace 9 golf carts. I would move that we approve the invoice.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
That's it? Yeah. Thank you. Do you have any comments from the public? Comments from the board? Brian, do you have any comments?
Real quick, just like to say that, the park department is humming along and there's some real good stuff going on in this city and a lot of people really appreciate what's happening down here. So just wanted to give a shout out to everybody within the park department. And as I always try to, point out about our maintenance crew that are out there doing heavy lifting in terms of getting things set up, taken down and so forth. But the people are really talking about some of the things that we got going on in the park department and they appreciate it.
Thank you. Any other comments? I really like the way things are starting out for the summer. Everybody's doing a great job, very conscientious. Tara, that was a very nice report. Good luck for the entire year. Any other further comments? You have a move to adjourn?
I would move that we adjourn.